Hello everyone, welcome back to Fish Tales with Owen. Today I am fishing at Lake Whitehall at my friend's house off of his dock. Today I will be telling a story about memories from 1951 following the story of William T. Hamilton Jr. While today's story isn't necessarily about fishing, it is all around the area of Lake Whitehall. Let me take you back to a summer Saturday in 1951 when the world moved at a gentler pace and adventures awaited just beyond the doorstep. William T. Hamilton Jr., a lifelong resident of Hopkinton, shared a vivid recollection of such a day in his article, Tales from a Townie, a bike ride around Lake Whitehall. That morning, young Billy and his friend Jackie set out on their bicycles, accompanying Billy's father to the local pumping station. After spending the morning playing in the woods near what would become Pine Sand Pit and cooking hot dogs over an open fire, the boys decided to embark on a bicycle journey around Lake Whitehall. Their route took them up Fruit Street, across Cunningham Street to Spring Street, where they caught glimpses of the shimmering lake and past Kelpin's boat rental. They stopped at the old boat landing, where Billy's father's rowboat was padlocked to a big tree root. After bailing out the rainwater from the boat, they continued their ride, passing landmarks like the uniquely painted Spite House, Rice's Cranberry Bog, and Anderson's boat rental. As they ventured further, they encountered colorful local characters. At the corner of Pond and School Streets stood the old Bear Hill Schoolhouse, where they met Ora Cheney, an elderly man preparing his black hearse for a winter trip to the Florida Everglades. He invited the boys to visit his home to see his collection of Indiana arrowheads. Further along on Winter Street, they met Chester Ranlett, who was tinkering with an antique fire engine. Chester, an employee of the State Forestry Department, patrolled Lake Whitehall in his boat during the summer months. He proudly showed the boys his fire engine before they continued their journey. Their adventure concluded with stops at familiar local spots like Wheeler's Variety Store and Wells General Public Store and Post Office, where they enjoyed a cookie before heading back to the pumping station. This day, filled with exploration, community interactions, and the simple joys of youth, paints a vivid picture of life around Lake Whitehall in the early 1950s. While not centered on a singular fishing tale, it encapsulates the rich tapestry of experiences that the lake and its surroundings offered to those who lived nearby. Although over the past 75 years, Hopkinton has changed and grown a lot, bits of the town have stayed the same. For example, Lake Whitehall is still a place where people come to enjoy nature, whether by boat, on foot, or with a fishing rod in hand. Just like Billy and his friend bailed out the family rowboat in 1951, families today still launch from that same shoreline, making memories on the water. I hope you guys enjoyed today's story of William T. Hamilton Jr.'s summer day at Lake Whitehall from 1951. Now, enjoy some more footage of me fishing at Lake Whitehall and relax. Thank you for joining me today on this episode of Fish Tales with Owen. If you have any spots around Hopkinton that you would like to see me fish at and tell a story about, please let me know in the comments.